So, it's great to have you here today on this lovely late autumn day. We have about 7 or 8 degrees, a light breeze, and the self-service boxes are really well attended with the whole Johanniter team here. They just finished up. Very, very good. Today we are going to take another look at a product and a topic that is actually quite exciting for autumn and winter. Specifically, I have brought you the Raindrop Bazooka from Soft99. Here, this spray sealant. The special feature is that according to Soft99, it is sprayed onto wet paint. This means you wash your vehicle and it doesn't actually need to dry beforehand. You can practically do the whole process together. Seal and dry in one step, and that's what this whole thing is designed for. And I want to see how well it works and also decide together with you whether we should include it in the next spray sealant test, because it is actually somewhat different in its application. All the spray sealants we had in group 1 are applied to dry paint, spread out, polished, and done. This is now somewhat of an exception, which is why I wanted to bring it up again. At the same time as the autumn and winter theme, I also want to ask you whether the product can still be included in the next sealant comparison with Rhineland in Group 2, because I want to start that soon. And we definitely need your feedback on this. We'll apply it together again. I'll show you the application once more. Let's get started with the Bazooka. So I believe you can clearly see that the car is still really nice and clean, even down to the bottom. The water film runs off quite well. And now let's take the Raindrop Bazooka and spray a little bit on. Then it is actually enough to have a nice large S like Sebastian here. You could also use any other well-shaped letter. So now we take our cloth and just go over the surface here. And this is not a special drying cloth. But this is just a completely normal 500 GSM cloth that I am using here to dry the surface. And now we go over the same spot here again and seal and dry the vehicle practically in one step. Now we have a light film here, and there is still some running out of the handle. Now let's take the backside, which is of course much wetter now. I will fold it together again, and now we can treat the whole thing once more. So, we are doing this now on the door from bottom to top and top to bottom. It fits, so there is no dirt on it, just a little dust, and now we spread it nicely and let it dry again. And with that, you actually have 2 in 1. I wanted to mention that again in the video. Man, something always comes up again. The last drop goes into the pants, so with that, we have actually processed it. And that is exactly what I wanted to address, that you can also save a bit of time in winter with this. And here, wash the vehicle again, depending on whether it can still handle the cold. And then, instead of drying it again and spraying it once more, simply spray the vehicle while it is wet, of course clean, just here a big S, or you can also spray on such waves. It's important that you don't pour half the bottle on the door, but rather use it really sparingly. And you've seen that if you apply a large amount like this, it works absolutely smoothly. And then with the regular cloth, but you can also use a drying cloth. But afterwards, it definitely needs to go back into the wash right away. It must not harden for too long. But I have now taken a completely normal, simple 500 GSM edgeless cloth, and that works too. I wouldn't use that for regular drying, because it doesn't absorb the water strongly enough. But you have seen that when the spray sealant is applied, the Raindrop Bazooka acts like a kind of drying aid and spray sealant in one, then it can really be absorbed nicely. And even here, well, in any case, if I now think, oh, where have we not sealed up here on top? However, it even feels a bit smoother. Not like a Carnauba wax detailer, but there is a bit of paint gloss enhancement included as well. So, it's actually a really cool option. And I wanted to touch on this a bit during this autumn-winter season while I'm currently filming the videos for you. It's actually a cool thing. Let's wait for about 2 more minutes so that the sealant can adhere a bit, and then we can actually rinse it off directly and see how the performance is. I'm going to take the gloss rinse program instead. No, sorry, I'll take the gloss rinse because I don't want any water spots, even though it's actually pretty cool today. It's fine. So I believe the difference is very, very clear. I wanted to point this out directly. You can also see it in the beads that are running down. And I'm really getting in very close. I'm not doing this fake spray. from 10 meters away. I'm actually really getting in there. And the nice thing is, if you have a spot where you say, all right, it's missing a little bit, or even a lot more down there, you can simply reapply to that area. It may happen that when wiping, nothing really changes. It's 100% come from your distribution or something like that, but overall, folks, it's simple and effective for drying directly with sealing. So I think that's enough, right? From the demonstration, very, very cool. I like it, short and compact. I think it's a nice thing because you can easily combine it with other products and it doesn't leave any streaks or marks. And it is very, very important that when drying the vehicle and then spraying something on it, you distribute it because you are not polishing it out permanently. Instead, you dry the vehicle, then use the cloth again, and then you just go over it briefly. So, 2 questions for you about the Raindrop Bazooka. How do you find the performance of the product? Have you used it before? And what do you think? Should it also be included in our sealing test? Where of course, I believe I need to apply it first because the other products also need a dry surface. So feel free to write your opinion on this below. Should I include it in the next sealing test? I think in terms of performance, it should definitely compete because I believe the new ones should also measure up against the others. Therefore, I would clearly say from my position that I would definitely include it. Thank you very much for the feedback. The performance is great. It's a really cool thing. If you want to easily combine drying and sealing, it can actually be that simple. And I don't need to say much more about the design. The bottle alone is simply eye-catching. Right now, Soft99 is really the only one with such a wild design. There's no other way to put it. Get to it, the sun is coming out now. It's already 2 degrees warmer, but still fresh. Until next time, thank you for watching. Raindrop Bazooka, if you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And importantly, use only a little, don't completely fog up the whole car here. Get to it, ciao.